Carnegie Mellon came to Silicon Valley in 2002 to be a significant part of the ecosystem in Silicon Valley. Several years ago, we were looking for an application that just really made a difference. We realized that disaster management was poised to be changed by social media, by crowdsourcing, and by mobile technology. We decided this was a great application area initially to try and apply the technology, but then realized there's much more to it than that we could be involved with, hence the creation of our initiative.
The relationship between Carnegie Mellon and NASA Ames is a long-running one, only recently in the last 10 years augmented by the physical presence of Carnegie Mellon Silicon Valley. We have long-term partnerships in R&D and in education, and the evolution of the Disaster Management Initiative is also part of our partnership.
We created the program here for a couple of reasons. First, we have a geographic reason that Silicon Valley and the Bay Area itself is very prone to natural disasters. So we have this disaster Disneyland, if you like. A lot of issues related to earthquakes, tsunamis, wildfires. Couple that with the innovation aspect of Silicon Valley and the extreme creativity of the students here at Carnegie Mellon, we can apply that kind of creative instinct and innovation, computer science, software capabilities to the disaster response problem.
Carnegie Mellon Silicon Valley hosts an annual workshop based around disaster management, and what we try and do during this workshop is two or three things. We have three tracks. We try and bring together practitioners, people in the field who really have authority or responsibility for responding to natural disasters. We try and bring together researchers to showcase some of the best research that's relevant to them. And we try and bring also policymakers from different levels who are responsible for setting policy for how the government responds, for how the state of California responds, and how our local organizations, police and fire departments respond to disasters and how they are able to work together.
The workshop is an essential part of contributing to DMI's goals because it integrates these very disparate communities that really need to get together and talk to each other and understand where each other are coming from. It's a great way to build morale, and frankly we had a ton of great ideas coming from all different sectors that were being communicated across the board.
So there's several things that academia can do to help out. So one end is we run crisis camps. So we are a flexible resource. We can bring talented people together to respond fairly quickly to mapping needs, to language translation needs, to listening on ham radio to help out with things. That's one aspect. Another is we can go in with time and insight to do analyses of situations like the San Bruno. In the public-private partnership, we act as, let's call it, a neutral party. You know, we're not the state, we don't set contracts with people, we don't have problems with contracting with one and not with the other. With respect to industry, we're a research organization that can look at technologies and try alternative things that they may not choose to do. So we're kind of a bridge. At least that's the role we see ourselves playing between the public sector, safety agencies, and the private sector companies.
We've chosen Carnegie Mellon University to partner to oversee the research center portion of the NDRC because of their work that they're doing in the DMI. There's a lot of parallel paths between what they're working on, the initiatives in communication and interoperability, common operating picture that parallels what we're trying to get done. But once it was explained to us what the objectives were to try and find answers to the interoperability problem, communication being the #1 problem we have in disaster preparedness in any type of emergency response, it just seemed to make sense that this was something that we would want to sponsor.
I think one of the signature aspects of the Disaster Management Initiative is that it's not just an academic research program. It has practitioners, it has researchers, it has developers, all coming together. We meet weekly so that we can learn from each other. We at Carnegie Mellon then learn from the practitioners what are the problems they're facing. They, on the other hand, learn from us what are the technologies that might be useful to them. So it's very much a collaboration between different segments of society, basically. The software developers who could commercialize some of the technology coming out of the university, the practitioners who need the results, and the researchers here at Carnegie Mellon and the students who can provide some innovative solutions.